Yeah. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Koolaidpapi, aka Big Cap, aka the sexy dark skin screamer, aka I don't gotta say no more. And today we're gonna check out the 10 craziest comebacks in NBA history. What's good, Stefan? Thank y'all for going so hard for these craziest comeback videos, for these NFL NBA history videos. So I'm gonna keep bringing them to you. If you fuck with me, click that like button, click those post notifications. You leaving? Nah, I'm not leaving. I'm doing my intro for the YouTube, bro. Stop fucking me up, bro. Damn, you know I got the ADD, bro. Fuck, bro. But shit, I don't even know what I was ready to say. Let's get into the fucking video, man. Shit.
Crazy comebacks in the NBA. Like the time one team came back from a 36-point deficit.
You ain't switch your shit with the Drake.
Rewrote the NBA record books. These are 10 of the craziest comebacks in NBA history. And first, we got Russell Westbrook making Drake regret ever opening his mouth. See, it all started with the Lakers down 3 with 25 seconds to go. And Drake started
hell no with the ARP.
Like he was at a stage rehearsal. Now,
they talking about doing with the ARP. Fuck no. Them bitches hurt. Ooh. I remember when
to trade his ass right there. Now the Lakers were down 3 with only 12 seconds to play, and everyone expected Toronto to pass the ball in and shoot some free throws to send LA packing. But Westbrook couldn't go out looking silly, so he did the unthinkable.
What he do?
Russ to tie the game. He's got it. Russ has got it. We're tied.
Damn, Brody made up for the ugliest game-winning shot ever and told Drake to shut his mouth like they had rat beef. And in OT, LeBron and Westbrook finished the deal with a dub. That was wild.
Hey.
But at number 9, we got one of the sneakiest comebacks in NBA history, brought to you by the
oh shit, is that young Lou Dort?
Chris Paul.
Hold on, go back.
Comebacks in NBA history, brought to you by the pettiest player in NBA history, Chris Paul. Look,
champions, man.
2 points with less than 2
Who would have thought that this team would have won a championship 3 years later, 4 years later?
Unless Cat choked. But instead of hoping for a miracle, CP3 got creative because he had a trick up his sleeve. See, in the NBA, jerseys must be tucked in at all times. And earlier in the game, the refs already gave Jordan Bell a warning about his wardrobe. So Chris Paul decided to snitch like your little brother.
But you want him to make this free throw. Well, Minnesota just got dinged for a delay of game.
Yeah, he forced the refs to call a technical foul. Now Danilo Gallinari went to the free throw line to make things
smartest player in the league, bro. Smartest player in the league.
There was only a second left, and Carl still had a free throw to go up too. After he sunk it, Thunder launched a play that left everyone stunned.
Adams launches it to shooter, catches, and scores! To tie it at 122!
What's even funnier is, look at Jeff Teague, bro. Who would have thought? Who would have knew? The nigga with the greatest podcast out right now would have had this play done to him.
As the inexplicable continued.
Look at that nigga face too, bro.
As the inexplicable continued.
Oh my god.
OT, the Thunder sealed the deal, proving
Young Shay
is sometimes powerful. But at number 8, Luka and the Dallas Mavericks pulled off a comeback.
It's crazy to see like watching them be old and win in the not old but older and win the ring. Because I don't think, like, I didn't expect it at least this soon. I knew they were gonna be nice, but not this soon.
Wouldn't have meant a damn thing to him in a loss, so he went nuclear. See, the Mavs clawed back, hitting clutch shots to keep hope alive, and still down 7, Luka had to go for 50.
Luka with the rebound, puts it up, and it's a foul. With 15 seconds, he's got a chance for his 50th point of the game.
Now the Mavs had some life, but Luka got to the free throw line again, and with the Mavs down 3, he pulled off magic.
And that drew rim, it's still loose. Luka got it back. He did it. An improbable comeback by Dallas to tie it with 1 second left.
Damn, Luka was out there as excited as a kid during recess. Now, the Mavs couldn't make one of the most insane comebacks ever just to take a loss, so in overtime, Luka sealed the deal by becoming the first player ever to drop a 60-point triple-double. Yeah, Luka pulled a rabbit out of a hat. But at number 7, Tracy McGrady took last-second comebacks to the max. See, T-Mac had one of the most insane 35-second takeovers of all time. Because in 2007, the Rockets were down 8 to the Spurs, and fans were already headed for the exits. But T-Mac wasn't about to go quietly, because right after, the Spurs put the lead back to 7, so Tracy had to go for 4 points.
Continues to hit at the line. And the Spurs, Tracy McGrady.
But T-Mac wasn't finished.
Oh, is this the one where he got 6 steals or whatever, and like he scored 9 points in? Wow.
13 points in 35 seconds turned Tracy into a legend. But at number 6, the Timberwolves took the stakes higher. Because Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves made NBA history while talking.
Y'all think Ant-Man gonna win a ring? He got to. He got to win a ring, right?
The Timberwolves faced Nikola Jokic and the defending NBA champions, the Denver Nuggets.
You got to win at least one, right?
Denver looked like they had an easy path back to the finals because the Timberwolves were getting smacked.
The Nuggets were up 3 games to 2 and are 1 game away.
They wasn't getting smacked. It was a good series, but you know, I respect the content.
But for the Timberwolves to pull off the comeback, they would have to win 1 more game before going back to Denver. So after game 5, Edwards let Denver know that this wouldn't be his last dance.
Did you really tell the locker room staffer in Denver you were going to be back for
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
They know that I was in there. Yeah, I told them. I said, I'll see y'all motherfuckers for game 7. Yeah.
See, the Nuggets took a 3-2 lead, but in game 6, the Timberwolves had enough.
The journey here doesn't matter.
Smoked them.
Here, and so is Anthony Edwards. 27 now tonight. They played the whole possession.
You know it's bad when you got Luka Garza putting that shit up off the glass, the top of the glass on you.
Shot clock turned off. Minnesota can dribble it out. Crowd rises to its feet.
Yeah, the Timberwolves got their mojo back, and this was set up to be the contest of the year, but the defending champs left the Timberwolves humbled. See, by halftime, Denver went up 20 points, and not one single team in NBA history came back from a deficit that high in a game 7. And even worse, Anthony Edwards was playing like hot garbage. All hope looked lost, but the Wolves never stopped and sculpted a comeback that was a masterpiece.
Oh, there's a steal by Edwards.
Cookies.
Here he comes. In the feed, it goes from Edwards to Conley. Shot clock at 1. Conley to fake. He'll fire. Conley's there. Back pedals. Jabs. Shot. That's it.
This series was a good ass series. I remember that now.
Champion Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, Ant chirped his way into completing the first 20-point comeback in Game 7 history. And
Appreciate
after the
that,
game, Ant had a quote that broke the internet.
I have not been to Minnesota in probably 20 years. Bring your ass.
One comeback turned Ant into an icon, but this next one is as emotional as it gets. See, in the 2019 playoffs, the Clips pulled off the largest comeback in playoff history. But imagine doing it against the greatest dynasty ever. I'm talking about the 2019 Golden State Warriors with Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. Yeah, those guys. And not only were they fresh off back-to-back championships, they were the undisputed favorites rolling into the playoffs as the #1 seed in the West. Meanwhile, the Clippers, they barely squeaked in as the 8th seed, so everyone thought this was gonna be a clean sweep. And after game 1, the Warriors made LA look like a middle school team. But by game 2, things got even uglier, because the Warriors did what they did best. Splash threes like they were shooting into the bay until they had a 94-63 lead. Now, being down 31 points against the greatest team in the world, most teams would call it quits, but Lou started.
Well, Shea on this team? Oh yeah, there he is. I'm about to say.
Montrez dominated the paint like it was his living room.
Oh, this is actually the team that broke Golden State. So they say.
Alexander gets it to Harold, and he puts it down.
And on the other end, Patrick Beverly, all 6 feet of him, was out there annoying Kevin Durant like a fly at a barbecue. See, KD got so frustrated, he hit the showers early.
And a foul is called on the Warriors. It is on Durant.
What's good, Basil?
6 on Kevin Durant.
And in the final minutes of the game, a rookie came in and delivered the final blow.
Landry Sherman was a rookie back then?
An open shot. Sherman.
The Clippers
How
took a
old am I?
135 to 131 lead and sealed the greatest playoff comeback to ever happen. Now,
What's
that game
good,
showed
bro?
that grit and heart could shake even the most dominant teams. But first, we got to talk about the sponsor of this video.
Hold on.
I'm going to go cheap all sitting to expect Derrick Rose
Ooh,
just made the
my
biggest
skip game
comeback
getting better.
ever.
Nigga.
See, he went from
Stop
being
playing
the
with
league's
me.
next big thing to battling heartbreak after heartbreak. Let's go back to 2011 when the 21-year-old was the most electric player in the league, and he proved it by becoming the youngest to win the NBA MVP award.
I don't think there ever's gonna be a younger MVP unless somebody wins it as a rookie. There ain't no way.
One step sent Rose's
Ain't no way.
career down a
Ooh.
Oh, Rose came down bad on his left foot. See him holding onto his knee, holding onto his knee and down.
Just a regular hop step too,
ACL
yo.
kept him out for a season, and everyone was ready for the comeback. But just 1 month into the 2013-2014 year, Rose suffered another nightmare.
Now watch right there, kind of planted.
The news of Rose tearing his meniscus was devastating, but Rose kept fighting.
J.R. Smith, D. Rose, and LeBron, that's my top 3 favorite players all time.
Came back for one of the most
And it
iconic
just
plays
sucks
of
to
his
see that, bro. Because he would have been better than all of them niggas. Kyrie, Steph, all of them niggas, bro. Nobody was in sight of beating him.
Like he beat all the odds and became his old self once again. But the next season,
He even had Braun wanting to team up with him.
Yet.
Derrick.
Oh,
Again, on it, dives for it, and it's out of bounds.
At this point, everyone was losing hope in Rose. Look, even his hometown team, whose franchise he completely changed around, left him disrespected.
What's up, E? You lying.
Rose was in the darkest.
Say you lying.
See, he was
And he didn't even do nothing when he came to New York. He played with Melo.
Rose was only a shell of his former self.
Yeah.
He was still explosive enough to match up with LeBron James in 2018, but Rose's injury patterns kept repeating.
Derrick Rose usually took a shot there from Monroe.
Now, Rose couldn't stay away from his injuries, so he reconsidered everything. I mean, he was on the brink of retirement, so he got traded again. And even though Rose could have walked away with millions, he loved the game. But one game reminded everyone that Rose was simply one of the greatest to ever do it. Through tears, Rose proved that no matter the setbacks, his legacy was unshakable. But imagine coming back from 3-1 twice. See, in the 2020 NBA playoffs, overcoming a 3-1 deficit wasn't just a challenge for the Denver Nuggets. It was their specialty, because Denver faced the Utah Jazz when it looked like they were down for the count. I mean, even when Jamal Murray made history and matched Donovan Mitchell for 50 points, each for the first time ever in the playoffs, it still wasn't enough.
47, he'll pull the three. 50-point game, first time in history. Opponents score 50 apiece.
See, Utah was up 3-1 and had the series on lockdown. So the Nuggets survived Game 5. But if they wanted to make it to Game 7, it would take nothing short of a miracle. So Jamal Murray stepped up and delivered another 50-point bomb.
Gets a screen. A three-pointer for Jamal.
The bubble had everybody acting out of their body, yo. Everybody was dropping 50s, 60s. And niggas was looking crazy.
Jokic finding Murray. Murray, does he got another one?
Blue.
Oh, you bet he does. And that
Like they had me thinking TJ Warren was gonna be the next guy.
The momentum
And now he over there playing with the Guangdong Tigers and shit.
Came down to Game 7, and it would be the toughest game yet. See,
Shanghai Sharks and shit.
Until the final possession, and with the game on the line, Mike Conley's shot came as close as possible.
Mitchell hanging at the other end. 2 seconds to go for the win.
Ooh.
Denver hangs on.
Denver pulled off the unthinkable, and suddenly the comeback kids were ready for their next challenge, the Los Angeles Clippers. This
Donovan
team
was so
wasn't
open in the
good.
corner,
They were
too.
NBA's new super team with Lou Williams, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard.
It's crazy that you
Now,
forget
in the
about these
first 4
moments, yo.
games, the Clippers flexed their dominance, leaving Denver on the brink again. See, in Game 5 in the third quarter, Denver trailed by 15 points, and with their backs against the wall, they fought for their lives.
Rebound. That's it.
Denver was flatlined, and the next game, they were in the same position. And this time, a 19-point deficit looked like the nail in the coffin.
Hey.
But another huge run left the Clippers wondering what the hell happened. Now, this was looking like a straight fluke. But in Game 7, Denver pulled off the impossible, because they went down 12 in the second quarter again.
Damn.
But they locked in and delivered one of the best defensive performances.
That
in
boy
Game
PG
7
tried it, yo.
Clippers to a laughable
He's not
34%
jumping.
shooting. The defense was so suffocating.
Your pup face was
Paul George
butt.
threw up the most embarrassing shot of his
Oh yeah, this was
career.
way off P. This one they was calling him way off P and shit. Yeah, way off.
Like that, the Nuggets became the first team in NBA history to come back from 2 separate 3-1 deficits in a single postseason. I don't think we'll ever see that again. But
they did that?
Impossible comebacks, we still need to talk about the largest one ever. The Utah Jazz's 36-point comeback against the Denver Nuggets in 1996 wasn't just a rally, it was basketball history. See, the Jazz trailed by 70-34 in the
Ain't no way the quality was that bad when they was trying to watch it on the TV.
Space Jam's monsters had taken over Denver.
Dick Mata and his team up 70-36, and we have folks a
70-36 and y'all lost.
By the crowd as the Utah Jazz walk off the court. The Nuggets do the same thing. The lead of 34 points at the half.
70-36 and y'all lost.
7 of 9 for Dale. McDice 5 out of 7. Bryant Stitt 5 out of 7. Hammonds misses 1. Johnson and McGinnis don't miss any shots in that first half.
But the Jazz weren't going out like that. Led by Karl Malone and Jeff Hornacek, Utah stormed back with relentless defense and perfectly executed offense. Because by the third quarter, they had sliced the deficit in half. By the fourth, it was all about heart, and they had plenty of it. The Nuggets couldn't believe their eyes as the Jazz flipped the script, tying the game late, and when the dust settled, Utah walked away with an unthinkable 107-103 victory.
Malone. Yeah. 21 for Malone. The second half, he leads his team to a lead of 1 when they were down by 36 at one point.
This wasn't just a win. It was the largest comeback in NBA history. But we've hit the #1 moment on our list, where the craziness reaches the
number one.
See, the Miami Heat
we got Go James.
So legendary, it was this generation's
it's Go James.
Clutch. Now, the San Antonio Spurs and the Miami Heat were in Game 6 of the 2013 NBA Finals, and the Heat were down 3-2 in the series with legendary legacies on the line. But Miami, trailing the Spurs by 5 with just 28 seconds left the world thinking the Spurs were going home with the title.
And San Antonio now 28 seconds away from a championship. They lead by 5.
Look, even the Miami Heat fans had already left early. But then the impossible started to happen because LeBron James gave them hope.
Back out to James, another 3. It's good! James knocks it down. 2-point game with 20 seconds remaining.
There we go, Bron. That's why he go James.
Chance to put the game away, he folded.
Pressure on a 21-year-old in his first NBA Finals. Clutch one there from Leonard.
But still, Miami was down 3 with their season hanging on.
Oh, this is out to Bosh, out to Wade. I mean,
but his teammates saved the Kings' legacy.
Crazy shot. Like looking at it now, you're not even making that shot in 2K. You're not. You're not.
Dagger was unbelievable, but the job
You're
wasn't
not.
finished. And in overtime, Miami's momentum was too much to handle. Now, this set the stage for Game 7, where LeBron James cemented his greatness with diamonds.
He got drafted and died 2 days later. That is not the Elon Musk. I was about to say, that's not the video. That was a good video. Good video. We'll like it up. If you like this video though, click the like button, click the subscribe button. Stay a while. Put in the comment section what video you want me to react to next. I'll probably be here all month for the summer. I'm gonna try to stream all month. I'm gonna try to grind all month, but you know, life be lifing. It be lifing. So yeah, click that like button, click the subscribe button, click the post notifications, and stay a while. Click that next video. It's gonna be right here or here. It's gonna be right here. Yeah.